everyone to a new series where we're going to make an endless runner, but it's not going to be a runner, rather it will be endless flying, I guess. I'll show you some gameplay on the screen right now, what the final project will look like. And let's begin. So first, as you see, I have my project ready. I just called it Endless Flying and I will put it somewhere. Okay, so everything is ready and what we're going to do is create an edit. And in this video, we will try making a flyable plane. So let's begin by making a 2D scene, which we will call main. In our assets, here we will create a folder and call it assets, as well as scenes and another scripts. To the assets folder, I will upload every asset I made. It will be available on GitHub. You can check it out in the video description. So I imported the assets into the assets folder, and here we have a simple airplane, another which looks a little bit cooler. We have a marker which we will use to show where the objective is, a missile, an objective which is a ship, objective ring which will be around the ship, a warning where the missile is, and a water texture just to show for the background. So that's all the assets we're going to use. Next to it, we'll create a cloud shader and some particles to show some explosions, as well as trails for the airplane and more. So let's begin. And here in our main, I'm gonna save it and save it to the scenes. Now here we will create a child node, which will be a camera 2D. And now let's create a new, which will be another node. And here it will be a character body 2D. We can rename it to airplane. Of course, save it. And here under it, we'll add a sprite 2D, which will be our shape, basically the texture of our airplane. You can attach it right here. I'm gonna use the second one. And as you can see already, it's very blurry. So you go to project settings, go to textures, and here under linear, under texture filter, do to nearest. And as you can see, it's as clear as it can be. This I will leave as sprite 2D, since we will not have any other assets under the airplane. And another thing we will add is, of course, if you press on this warning, you can see that this node has no shape. Since it's a character, it needs a shape, so we're gonna add a collision polygon 2D. Now, why am I using a collision polygon instead of collision shape? Well, collision shapes are really simple shapes which can be good for certain objects, but in this case I want the collider to be as precise as it's possible, since we want the missiles to react to the shape and not close to it. We want it to be very accurate. And before I do anything to our collision polygon, I will go to our sprite and here rotate at 90 degrees for it to be more convenient. And now let's go to collision polygon 2D. Here, press on our polygon and here add an element which will create this. And now if we press on this, and now we can, without even dragging, click anywhere we want to start. So let's click this. Then we click on this, let's say, we can click on this. It doesn't really matter what the shape is, but it's gonna be close enough, I believe, and it will certainly be closer than it would have been with a simple shape. Now I'll mirror everything I made at the top one section of the thing here, and finally if I press on this one and then you drag on the first in the middle one, right? And now you can see a shape which was created. And now the last thing we need to do is press on middle and press on this one, since this was we pressed on it one more time. So that is it, and you have a shape which is, I believe, symmetrical. If it's not, you can always change it back by just dragging and doing all sorts of things. But I'm happy with the shape, and now you can just pop it in and have a shape. So after we have done everything of that, we can press on our airplane and make a new script. So what we're gonna do is make a new script, which will be in our scripts folder. it can be airplane.gd. And here it suggests a template for basic movement, but we don't really want it, so we're gonna leave it empty, and let's create. And now after the script was created, here we're gonna define some variables. So first, what we want to create is a const which will be speed, and let the speed be 500. Next, another const which will be steering angle, which can be equal to 15. And the general idea for making an airplane is very similar to a car. So what we're gonna do is make a const, which will be a wheel underscore base, and it will be equal to 15. And now a variable we need to create is steer underscore direction, which will be equal to 0.0, since we want it to be a float and be changeable. Now we need to create a function underscore physics, physics underscore process with a delta, and here we would do 3 different functions. So first is get input, another will be apply physics with a delta in it, and finally we have move and slide, which is built in for a character body. And now let's get rid of these errors by making functions. So func get input, and here we will have a variable which will be a direction. And here we need to go to project settings, and here in the input map create 2 new things which will be move underscore left, add it, and move underscore right, add it. Now under these 2 actions we need to press the plus, and here record A for moving left and D for moving right. Awesome. So now in our script we do input dot get underscore axis, and in the parentheses it's going to be move left and move right. So what this does is if the person presses left, the direction will be -1, and if the person presses right, the direction will be +1. And here we need to modify our steer direction, which will be direction times steering angle. But what we need to do here is convert this to radians, since Godot uses radians instead of degrees, and it's a standard measurement of angles. So here we do a built-in function which is deg underscore to underscore rad, and now that's pretty much it. And now let's copy our apply physics function, make it, and here it will be velocity, which is a built-in thing, and vector2, which will be speed times cosine of rotation and speed times sine of rotation. So what this thing does, it converts the rotation from polar to Cartesian, I don't know how to pronounce it, coordinates, which basically means that we want to apply a velocity to a certain direction, so the airplane flies to that direction. For example, if the airplane is facing north, we want to create and add velocity to the north, so the airplane flies north. If it's to some rotation, we want it to go sideways and such. And now let's continue by, of course, making the player rotate if the steer direction is not 0. So basically the person is trying to steer. So what we're gonna do is rotation plus equal, and here it will be our steer direction times speed times delta, so it's constant, and divide by wheelbase, and this will determine how fast of a turn the vehicle can make. So that's done. And now if we actually go into the main here, let's add from our scenes our airplane and stick the camera on the airplane. But first let's add a child node temporary, which will be a sprite 2D, and here we'll just stick a water thing and make it a giant water texture so we can see that the airplane is actually moving, and put it up top so the thing is the airplane is visible. And if I run the game here, no main scene has been defined. Select one, so let's select the current one, which is main, since we are in the main, and select current, run it, and you can see that it happens. We're moving. Now, a problem I saw is that the airplane isn't actually moving correctly. That's because it's not in the center, so let's center it. And when you center it, you can see that the camera is offset. So here you go under camera if this happens to you, and just reset the position to 0, 0, which will be in the center of the airplane. Now let's run the game again, and you can see that it's moving quite good, I believe, and this is pretty impressive already. So that's awesome, you actually made an airplane already. And for this video, another thing what we're gonna do is make it smooth, since if we run the game, you can see that our steering left and right is very choppy, since if you move right, you can instantly move right, left, and it doesn't really matter, since it's like no delay for the actual reaction of the airplane, which doesn't happen in real life. And in the script, what we're gonna do is here under steer direction, what you want to add is lerp. So lerp, it basically makes the transition between one position and another to be smooth. So here what you add is the current thing, so we're gonna add it, do a comma, and here after our argument we will put our comma again, and here put 0.5 for example. This modifies the speed of the transition, so that's quite important as well. So at 0.5 it's not really visible. If I play the game, you can see that I can still choppy move, but it still makes a good addition to the game. If you want to make it very easily seeable that it works, if I make 0.5, you can see that it, even though I try to turn fast, it slows me down if I go the other direction. And let's leave this at 0.4 maybe. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's not choppy, but it's not, doesn't take that much time. And another thing which we will do is go to our top and here define our sprite 2D. And a little trick I have for you is here, if we take our sprite 2D and here do dot scale dot x, and here do equal to, again, lerp, since we want it to be transitional and smooth. Here we define our current scale of x, do a comma, and here it will be 1 minus abs, and here it will be direction divided by 5. And after this it will be a comma again, 0.05. So this means that it's gonna be very visible and not instantly seeable. And what this does, so basically the default position, the default scale of our x of the sprite is 1. And now if we go into our 2D view and press on our sprite 2D, you can see that the scale of x is equal to 1. And now if I unlock them, basically the ratio, if I change the x, the y will not change. And now if I change this to, let's say 0.95, you can see that it slightly moves, slightly. It's just a visible thing, so the collision doesn't move, but I believe that it will be a nice touch to our airplane. So if I do this, now if I run the game, and this abs is because direction is either positive or negative, so we want it to be an absolute position, since if this was a negative, we would have a scale of more than 1, so the airplane would stretch, but that's not possible. So now if I run the game, you can see that our airplane kinda scales down, but it's like a visible thing to show that the airplane is actually turning. Yeah, quite cool addition. Doesn't really change anything, just a cool touch. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.